तो चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स. सो नाउ इट इज x रेज टू माइनस वन बाई थ्री प्लस रूट एक्स प्लस टू अपॉन क्यूब रूट ऑफ x. Now this is again a question which is based on simply power rule, right? We will separate the terms now. Let's do it. So let's separate the terms x raised to minus 1 by 3 upon cube root of x. And what do you mean by cube root of x? How do we convert it into power? As we all know, it can be easily converted using the radicals and all, right? So here we have the three terms. So cube root of x को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? X raised to 1 by 3. Similarly root x को what can we write? X raised to 1 by 2. And here we are going to use power rule for the entire question, that is x raised to n ka integration is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Right? So that is what the basic formula we need. So now let's do it with that. So x raised to minus 1 by 3 upon x raised to 1 by 3. This will become x raised to half upon x raised to 1 by 3. And this will become 2 x raised to 1 by 3 dx. Now let's make the powers. Simplify करते हैं. So minus 1 by 3 and this power will also go up. It will become minus 1 by 3. So this will become minus 2 by 3. Now half minus 1 by 3. So when this will go up, so it will become negative again. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. So that will become simply, if we subtract it, it will become, if we take the LCM, it will become 1 by 6, x raised to 1 by 6. Now here 2 is constant, so we can simply take it x raised to minus 1 by 3 dx. Now let's make it to 3 different integrals so that we don't have to rewrite it again. Now let's use the power rule. N is minus 2 by 3 in the first case. So minus 2 by 3 plus 1, minus 2 by 3 plus 1. Here we get x raised to 1 by 6 plus 1, and here we get 1 by 6 plus 1. And again, here we get 2 x raised to minus 1 by 3 plus 1 and minus 1 by 3 plus 1. So this is how we write the answer simply and then with plus c. Correct. Now let's simplify and write the answer. So minus 2 by 3 plus 1 will give you simply 1 by 3. So 3x raised to 1 by 3 because reciprocal will come. Here what will come? Here will come 7 by 6. So here we get 6 by 7, x raised to 7 by 6. And minus 1 by 3 plus 1 is 2 by 3. So here it comes 2 by 3 in the denominator. So we get 3 here again because it will become 3 by 2. Right? So this is our final answer. Right? So this is how we solve the questions. They seems to be tough, but actually they are quite easy. Right? So this is how we make it up. So let's see the next one now. So this is 1 plus root x whole square upon root x dx. Now, again, this can be solved in a very easy way. We will be using a plus b whole square first, and then we are going to simplify it. So what will you get here? A plus b whole square. A square plus b square plus 2ab. And we will separate the denominator, students. So now this can be easily solved questions, right? So I just write the identity that we have used. A plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Right? Now let's use the power rule here everywhere. So I just write the formula. Now I think power rule is clear to everyone. कोई नहीं भूल सकता अभी power rule. So many times we have written power rule every time, right? So now no one will make a mistake. So 1 upon root x ko what can we write? X raised to minus half. X upon root x ko we can write simply root x or x raised to half. And root x will get cut. So this is simply 2. Now if I could do the individual integral, so what will I get? Minus half plus 1 upon minus half plus 1, right? For the other one, what we will get? Plus half plus 1, and here also half plus 1 on integration, right? And 2 is there, and the integral, as we know, for only for dx is x. So this is our answer. Now let's simplify it and write the final answer. Minus half plus 1 is half, right? So here we will get the reciprocal, so it becomes root x. Now here what will you get? X raised to 3 by 2. So this will be 2 by 3, x raised to 3 by 2. Right? And here the same thing. Nothing seem to be simplified. So this is our final answer. See, all these questions are based on power rule. Right? These are important questions for 1 mark. Highly recommended. You can easily solve them in a minute, right? So this is how we go for it. Now let's move on to the next. Root x 3 minus 5x. So now again open the bracket and get your answer. So we get 3 root x here minus 5. X into root x will give you the power 1 plus half, right? So let's move it. So here we get 3 root x 1 integral and minus 5 x raised to 3 by 2 as the other integral. Now we are simply going to solve it, right? So let's see what are the formulae. So we are using the one formula, that is x raised to n again. So these are the basic exercise, that's what I meant. The one who is not clear with integration can easily understand integration with the help of these questions. Now 3x raised to half plus 1 upon half plus 1, and here you get minus 5x raised to 3 by 2 plus 1 upon 3 by 2 plus 1, and that's plus c. So what will you get here? 3 by 2 power, right? So 3 by 2 power, so we get here 2 by 3 into 3 x raised to 3 by 2, and here we get 5 by 2, so 5 into 2 by 5 and x raised to 5 by 2. So 5 cancels, here 3 cancels, so your final answer is simply 2x raised to 3 by 2 minus 2x raised to 5 by 2 plus c. So that is your final answer. So again, it's based on power rule of integration. Now let's move on to the next. Now here we have two factors in the numerator and root x in the denominator. So we are going to multiply first because we don't have anything like product rule or chain rule here right till now. So now we are going to do the simply multiplication and then simplify it. So what will you get on multiplying x plus 1 and x minus 2? X square minus 2x plus x minus 2, right? 9 upon root x. Now we are going to open the brackets and separate the denominator. So we get here x square by root x minus 2x plus x is minus x upon root x again, and here we get minus 2 upon root x dx, right? So this is what we have the simplified function. Now let's do it. So here again, if I simplify, I get this, and here if I simplify, I get this, and here if I simplify, I get this. So three integrals are there. Now let's do it. So what will you get? 2 minus half is 3 by 2, right? So 3 by 2 का अगर हमने integration किया, so what we will get? 3 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 plus 1. Root x को if I integrate, half plus 1, half plus 1. Minus half को if I integrate, minus half plus 1, minus half plus 1. Now who will tell me which formula we are using? X raised to n. Yes, very good. So x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. This is what the formula we are using here. So now let's move it. So x raised to 5 by 2, and here it becomes 2 by 5. Now here we get x raised to 3 by 2, right? So here we get 2 by 3, and here minus half plus 1 is positive half, so here we get minus 4 x raised to half plus c. So this is the answer based on again power rule only. So you have to be very much clear ki what are we going to do, how are we going to make the changes. So that is what it is important. So you have to be clear with the powers, with the power rule. That is it. Now let's move to the next. Now here we have x raised to 5 plus x raised to minus 2 plus 2 upon x square. So again we separate the denominator and get our answer using the power rule. Right? See how important the power rule is. Every question you are getting on power rule here. Right? So we get here x cube. Here we get x raised to minus 4. Here we get 2x raised to minus 2. Now let's use the power rule. Okay, so we get x raised to 4 upon 4, here we get x raised to minus 3 upon minus 3, and here we get x raised to minus 1 upon minus 1. Now let's simplify it a bit. So x raised to 4 upon 4, so minus x raised to minus 3 upon 3, here minus 2 upon x if we make the power positive. This is how you make up your answer, right? X raised to minus 3 को भी आप 1 upon x cube लिख सकते हैं to get the final answer. So which formula we have used here if I ask you? X raised to n dx, that is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1, right? Plus c. So this is how do we use this formula, right? So for anywhere in polynomial, as I said, this formula is very, very important. Now let's make up to the next. Now it is 3x plus 4 whole square. So first we will use the identity. A square plus b square plus 2ab for a plus b whole square. Now let's make it this. So we get 9x square plus 16. 2ab will be 2 into 3x into 4. I repeat, 2ab will be 2 into 3x plus 4. So what will you get? 24x. Very good. So right, this is dx. Now let's separate the integrals into three different integrals, constant out, and rest as it is. So what will you get? 9x cube upon 3, 16x, 24, x ka integral x square by 2. Now again here we have used one integral formula, x raised to n dx is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. And the other formula that we have used here, integral of dx is x. Right? So constants will get added up all. So that's why we write only constant once. Okay? So now here if we cancel it out, we get 3x cube. Here we get 16x. Here we get 12x square plus c. And there is one more thing students. I tell you a very simple trick to solve this question जो आपको MCQs में help करेगा. There is one small theorem भी आप बोल सकते हैं, property भी बोल सकते हैं कि if you have the function of the form integral of f ax plus b, then it can be simply written as 1 upon a integral of the function. Capital F say we are denoting integral of the function. That is what we have got after integrating it. So here if you compare the given function, a is 3 and b is 4, I write a is 3 and b is 4 in the given function. a 3 है और b 4 है. So now if I use this formula, what will I get? 1 upon a, that is 1 upon 3. And 3x plus 4 whole square का integration क्या होता है with the power rule? So you get here 3x plus 4 whole cube upon 3. This is also a correct answer. So in MCQs, both the options may be given and both are correct. So you might be wondering, are these two equal? Yes, these two are equal. If you solve it and if you simplify it, you are going to get the same answer, right? So if I ask you कि 3x plus 4 whole cube को expand करिए and 1 upon 9 से divide कर दीजिए, you will get the same answer. So need not worry about that. Clear to all? So this is how we get multiple answers while solving. So you have to be very much clear with the concepts because in MCQs only one option will be there or multi-correct will be there. So you should not get confused. Okay? So forms may be different by different ways, but ultimately if you simplify, you get the same. Now here what you have polynomial functions in both numerator and denominator. तो थोड़ा सा simplify कर लेते हैं functions को, factorize कर लेते हैं so that we can reduce the common factors, right? Now let's see. If we see here, we see x square common, right, in the numerator. So what do you get here? 2x square plus 7x plus 6. And here you see x common, so x plus 2. So 1x cancel, एक common factor तो ये हो गया. Now if we move on to the next common factor, we have to do the middle term splitting. So let's do it. 2 और 6 का multiplication कितना होता है? 12, right? So we need two numbers whose sum is 7 and product is 12. So that is 3 and 4. So now let's write it. 2x square plus 3x plus 4x plus 6 whole upon x plus 2. So if I factorize it, I get 2x plus 3 and the other I get x plus 2. And one x is also there. Okay, only one x got cut. So x plus 2, in here also we have x. So now our function is simply 2x square plus 3x, which everyone can solve it very easily. So what is our integral now? 2. X square ka integration x cube by 3. Then 3 x ka integration x square by 2 plus c. So that is our final answer. Just check how we have factorized it to reduce to a very simple function 2x square plus 3x, and then we integrate that simplified function. So don't worry, its power is 4, its power is 2. What are you going to do? Just factorize it. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Now again, this is the question based on the same concept, so let's factorize it, this one also. So what will you get? 5x raised to 4 plus 12x cube. Okay, there is a slight error in this. So we get 7x square here, the question. Okay, and x square plus x. Now let's take the x common again. If we could see all this, यहाँ पे x square common है, so we get 5x square plus 12 plus 7. And here what do we get? X common, so it's exactly on the same root, right? So 1x get cancelled. Now again we do middle term splitting for the quadratic polynomial given. So x 5x square plus 12x plus 7. Sorry, I wrote 12 by mistake, so it is 12x. Now here what do you get? Again the same factors, 5 and 7. Two numbers we need whose product is 35. On an addition you get 12. Okay, now so now let's make it x. So first factor will be 5x plus 7 and the other will be x plus 1. So x plus 1 cancels out. So now what you get the integral as 5x square plus 7x. Now if you integrate it on integration, what will you get? 5x cube upon 3 plus 7x square upon 2 plus c. So that's your final answer. No need to take LCM and all. Leave your answer here. Right? Now let's move on to the next. Now x cube plus 8 into x minus 1 upon x square minus 2x plus 4. Now here again we will use the factorization concept only, and once we factorize it, we are going to integrate it after simplifying. Now here x cube plus 8, which identity I am going to use? A cube plus b cube. So what's the identity? A plus b, a square minus ab plus b square. So that is a cube plus b cube. So let's use it. So here we get x plus 2 because 8 is 2 cube. X square minus 2x plus 4. And here x minus 1. Oh, no need to factorize the denominator. See, we are getting the same factor both in numerator and denominator. So this becomes very, very easy question. Okay. Correct? So x square minus 2x plus 4, the entire factor is cancelling out. So you get here x plus 2 and x minus 1. So let's multiply it and integrate it. So on multiplication, what do you get? X square minus x plus 2x minus 2. Let's simplify it. X square plus x minus 2 dx. Now we are going to integrate this. Correct? So what will you get? X cube by 3 plus x square by 2 and minus 2x plus c. So I think it's clear to all now. The power rule. X square ka integration will be x cube upon 3. X ka integration x square upon 2 and minus 2 is minus 2x. So this is our final answer. Right? So this is how do we go for integration. See, integration now I don't think is tough for anyone. Right? Those who have watched the full video. Now, question number 22. X cube minus 3x square plus 7x minus 7 plus x square a raised to x. Oh, a raised to x is also there. So no factorization can be done, nothing. Let's separate the terms now. Let's separate the denominator now. Okay. Now let's do it one by one. So we get here x cube upon 2x square. Here we get minus 3x square upon 2x square. Here we get 5x upon 2x square. Here we get minus 7 upon 2x square. And here we get x square a raised to x upon 2x square. Okay, in the next step, we will make the different integrals as well. Let's simplify it a little bit. Okay, fine. Let's write the final integrals. 1 upon 2 I took outside, x inside. So this is the first integral. Next, my 3 by 2 is constant. So there is 1 in the integral. In the next, 5 by 2 is constant. Let's put it outside. So 1 upon x is left out. In the other one, minus 7 by 2 is the constant. And 1 upon x square is the integral function. And in the last, 1 by 2 is the constant. A raised to x is the integral. So here how you get 5 different functions to be integrated. Now let's use one by one. So 1 by 2. What is the integral of x by power rule? X square by 2. Perfect. Minus 3 by 2. Integral of 1 is x. Plus 5 by 2. What is the integral of 1 upon x? I told you in the first question and in the first lecture also. So that is 5 by 2 log x. Now here we get minus 7 by 2. X raised to minus 2 का integral क्या होता है? X raised to minus 1 upon minus 1. So now plus 1 by 2. Now a raised to x ka integral is a raised to x upon log a. This also we have done in the previous questions. Now This minus 1 is there, so this will become plus if I remove this, correct? So let me remove this. So this is how we write the final answer. If I write once again by combining all this and all, so I will get this. Just check. So here x raised to minus 1a, I can make it 7 upon 2x. Here I can rewrite it 2 log a. So this is how I combine the things, but no LCM needed. So these 5 functions, 5 terms, one for each. This is how do we solve it, right? Let's move on to the next. Now this is a bit different question, but easy to understand, very important question for 1 marks. Now f dash x is given x plus b. F1 is given 5, F2 is given 13, and we have to find fx. Now you all know कि integration and differentiation, they are reverse of each other. If you integrate a given function, then you get an integral of course. But आपको कोई function integration में given है, तो अगर आप उसका differentiation करेंगे तो आपको क्या मिल जाएगा? और आपको एक फंक्शन का डेरिवेटिव गिवन है, अगर आप उसका इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? सो जस्ट थिंक ऑफ, आई गिव यू वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल, log x का डिफरेंशिएशन इज 1 upon x, बट व्हेन यू डिफरेंशिएट 1 upon x या integrate 1 upon x, you get वापस log x. So that is a concept that we are going to use here. So now this is your f dash x. I want fx. So डेरिवेटिव से फंक्शन पे जाने के लिए क्या करना है, हमें उसको इंटीग्रेट करना है. वेरी गुड, वी हैव टू इंटीग्रेट इट. नाउ लेट्स इंटीग्रेट दिस. सो व्हाट विल यू गेट? f dash x का इंटीग्रल करते हैं. ओके, लेट्स इंटीग्रेट बोथ द साइड्स so that you are not confused. Now f dash x का integral will give you fx. Yes, that's what I meant. Sin x का integral is differentiation is cos x, correct? तो cos x को अगर मैंने differentiate किया, I'll get back my sin x, right? So this is what it is. So fx, and here what will I get? Because I am integrating this. Now the conditions are given to you, students. Okay, plus c also. Now f1, let's put x की जगह 1. So what will you get? 1 by 2 plus b plus c, and f1 is given is equal to 5. So this is your equation given to you. This implies b plus c is 9 by 2, right? Next is f2 is 13. Let's put x as 2. So 4 by 2 plus 2b plus c is 13. So what will you get? You get here 2b plus c is equal to, now 13 minus 2 is 11. Now we have to solve these two simultaneous equations. These questions are important because students, these are application based where you understand the concept of differentiation and integration very nicely, right? So now here what you get, if you subtract the two, so we get minus b, c cancels out, and here we get minus 11 plus 9 by 2. So minus b is minus 13 by 2, so which becomes 13 by 2. So B is 13 by 2. So what will be C? So C will be 9 by 2 minus 13 by 2. So we get minus 4 by 2. That is minus 2. So what is your final function? You know the value of B and C both now. So your final function will be, your fx will be what? X square by 2. Now B is 13 by 2 and C is minus 2. Let me write minus then directly, right? So this is your final function. So these questions are very important now because it is based on critical thinking, it is based on competency based. So you have to solve these questions very nicely. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Now the next is, if f dash x is x minus 1 upon x square and f1 is given 1 by 2, you have to find fx. So again the same concept, let's integrate f dash x so that we can get fx. So f dash x से अगर आपको fx चाहिए, integrate. So here we get fx. Now if you integrate, x का integral is x square by 2 और minus 1 upon x square का integral हो जाएगा minus 2 plus 1 and minus 2 plus 1 plus c. C is important because that is what we find with the given condition. So constants की value निकालना है अभी आपको. So now you understand why we put c always. Okay. So now what will you get? X square by 2 plus 1 upon x plus c. Now it is given that f1 is 1 by 2. So let's put 1. So 1 by 2 plus 1 plus c is 1 by 2. So c का वैल्यू कितना हो जाएगा? Simply -1. So your final answer will be what? Your final answer will be fx, that is x square by 2 plus 1 upon x minus 1. Now you will give the final answer by keeping the value or substituting the value of c. So this is what we have here. Now let's move on to the next. Again the same concept based. Now I think everyone can do it. Let's integrate it first. So f dash x, 8x cube minus 2x dx. So this is fx. Here what will you get? X raised to 4 by 4, 2x square by 2 plus c. So this cancels out, this cancels out. So this gets 2x raised to 4 minus x square plus c. Now again the given condition will be used to find the value of integration constant, that is c. So now if I put f2, so what will I get? 2 into 2 raised to 4 minus 2 square plus c. And what is the value of f2 given? 8. Let's equate it to 8. So now this gets 32 minus 4 plus c is equal to 8. So c का value आपके पास कितना आ जाएगा? Simply 32 minus 4, if you get 28, so minus 20. So what will be your final function? My final function will be 2x raised to 4 minus x square minus 20. So this is my final answer. So this is pure application or the use of the concept of integration and differentiation, or how do we find constant of integration, right? Now, write the antiderivative of the function. Antiderivative is nothing but the integral. This is a very common word that we use, antiderivative, because derivative and integration are reverse of each other. Now let's simply integrate. So root x plus 1 upon root x. So again we change it to powers. So this is capital Fx that I am getting. So now x raised to half or x raised to minus half को integrate करना है. Okay, so what will you get? 2 by 3 x raised to 3 by 2 and minus half plus 1. Right, that is what you do. So we get half, so it becomes root x. So this will be our final answer, right? So this is how do we solve the basic questions. Now this entire video is about the basic concepts of integration, and I hope you all are very well clear with all the questions of the video. So if you have liked it, please like, share and subscribe. Clear? Thank you everyone.